Hello, and welcome to Protecht's webinar series. This is a product demonstration webinar, and the topic for today is Build Custom Registers in Minutes with Protecht ERM. My name is Jatin Shrestha. I'm a Senior Business Development Manager here at Protecht, and I will be a presenter for today. A bit of a housekeeping before we start. The webinar will run for about 15 minutes. We'll use about 2 minutes for introduction and 13 minutes for the presentation. If you have any questions, please enter your question in the question section on the GoTo panel and we'll endeavor to come back to you. There will be a post-webinar questionnaire. If you could complete that for us, it'll help us improve the quality of our webinar. And we will share the slides and recording of this webinar following completion. What are we going to cover today? So the key information and the topic covered are, of course, effortless register creation. We'll show you how the no-code platform within Protecht allows you to create new registers or forms very quickly and efficiently. We'll use an example of issues management. We'll also show you how easily you'd be able to import your existing data that you might have on a spreadsheet into that particular register. We'll focus on the built-in help that we have available within Protecht as well in the form of WalkMe as an example, and a quick sneak peek into Protecht Marketplace if you are short on time and resources and you wanted to download these registers or packages quickly. So we'll jump straight into the system now. I've already logged into the system as a system administrator, and we will be building a register. Before we build a register, just wanted to show you a quick example of what a register is. Because we'll be building an issues register, I want it to be housed under audit issues and findings. So if I were to show you what a register looks like, so that's the concept of a register or a form which we use to capture data within the system. A register can contain one or more sections. These lines are individual section of its own, and you'd be able to set up roles and permissions to determine who gets access to what section. So we'll go straight into our section designer, the back end of the system, to create a section. Then we'll create a shell for it in the form of a register. We'll create new. We'll name this section issue detail demo. Then we'll go into the field section to select the fields. We have over 225 fields available for you to create various registers. We'll just use basic fields. We'll start with the date of issue, and we'll just name it date of issue. There are other options where we can make it mandatory field. We can also choose various options to allow dates in the past, dates in the future, and allow current dates as well. We can also default it to the current date if required. Then we'll use a single line text in order to capture the title of issue. So we'll just name it issue title, and we'll allow about 250 characters. We can make it a mandatory field again if required as well. I can use a help text in there, and I can say, please enter title of the issue. And I can also add this as a message as well. Then we'll use a multi-line text in order to capture some description. We'll call it issue description. Again, please describe the issue is the help text we'll add in here to guide your end users. We'll use it as a message as well. We'll have about 5 rows, limited to about 600 characters. Press OK. Now I want to capture severity of the issue as well. So we'll use the list field to capture the severity, and I'll just call it severity. I can use drop downs, radio buttons, row or column. We'll just use drop down for this. I'll use 3 values. I'll use low, medium, and high. I can also add background colors to it as well. So I can add green for low. I can add amber for medium, and I can add red for high as well. Next, I want to add an owner of the issue. So I could go into the standard field. I'll just drag and drop the user field, and I can type this as issue owner. We also want to add a due date as well. So again, I'll go into the date field. I'll drag it into the right column now, and I'll add a due date as well. And I'll also add a timestamp button in there. Now, what I also want to do is I want to link this to my risk and controls as well within the system. So I'd create a related risk field so that I can link it to the related risk. I'll call it related risk. And I also want to create this. I also want to create a linkages to my related controls as well. Control as well. Evidence or attachments, I want to add an attachment field in there. So I'll just add an attachment field in there. I'll just call it attachment. I can also add actions as well. So for that action, I want to use a conditional rule for the action where I can determine if action is required or not. So I'll just use further action required question mark, and maybe I'll use a ready button row field for that. I'll use two values, which is a yes, yes, and a no field. Then what I want to do is I want to drop an actions table. So we'll go into our action tab for that, drag and drop the actions in there, and I'll just call it action. And I want to use an existing table that's already in there, existing register, which is an action register. So this way, what I've done is I've linked my action register to my issues register. So that's all I need to do in terms of creating a section. We've called it issue detail demo. I'll save it. Now, what I want to do is I want to create a shell for that for that section that we've just created, and we'll go into the backend again. This time around, we'll go into the register designer. We'll create new, and we'll call it issue demo register. I can choose an icon as well for that register. There are various icons available. I'm just going to choose a self-assessment icon for this. I'm going to enable state so that I'm able to submit those review. And I can also, if I wanted mobile access, I can create sort of offline access in there, offline usage in there as well. Now we're going to choose the section that we've just created, drag and then drop it in there, and we'll OK it as well. Now I want to create a permission in there, a conditional rule in there that only the action table to show up only when an action is required. So we'll move into the rules now. I'll create a new rule and I'll call this action rule. I'll add a rule. You can see the controlling expression that we have, and if or. So if further action required equals yes, then show the action table. Yeah, I'm going to enable that rule and I'm going to save it as well. So that's all we need to do to create a register. Now, if I go into a review, go into my all registers, and that's the register that we've just created. It's the issues demo register. Now, this is the newly created register. I want to create a custom view in here. Then I can go ahead and edit the views as well in terms of what I want to see when I enter into that register. I want to see the business unit. I want to see the date of issue, issue title, the severity, and if further action required. That's all I want to see in here. And I'll just name this issues view. and I'll default it as well so that every time I see, that's what I see in here. So that's we've created that. If I click on create new now, so that's the register that we've just created: date of issue, issue title, description, severity, and so forth. So it's as easy as that to create a new register. Now, what I want to do is I want to import the data that I have available in an existing spreadsheet. I'm just going to click on import here, and I've got that available. I've already created it, so I'm just going to drag and drop the template, and I'm just going to click on a few buttons here. I'm going to verify data validation is finished, and I'm going to import all the data in here. Data import is finished. There you go. As you can see, I've now imported all the data into the system as well. Now, what I want to do is now I want to create a workflow rule to show you how easy it is for you to create workflows within the system as well. So what we'll do is we'll go into the back end of the system again, workflows, and I want to use our inbuilt walkthrough called WalkMe that will help me guide on a step-by-step process to create that workflow rule. So I'll click on that hat here. I want to enable a workflow rule, and I'll click on start. It asks me to click on create new. I'll click on create new. I want to name this new issue notification with high severity. I can add a description in there as well, and I can choose the module that I want to relate this workflow to. So this is the issue demo module, and I want to enable this workflow as well. And I can choose conditions, if and or type conditions. So if the date of issue has been updated, and if the severity of that issue is equals high, select the type of action to trigger, then I can either use email, conditional email, or straight transition. I can use send it to a particular user or a role as well. So in this instance, I'll just type my email address. That's my email address done. Next, it's defined. So I've already done that. Enter a subject and message for the email. So we'll use the same name for the workflow rule as a subject. And in the interest of time, I'll just use the same thing as my email as well. Dear user, new issue has been notified with high severity. Please click on the link below to review is the message I want. Again, you'd be able to add any kind of messaging in there as well. And I want to add a link button in there so that the user can click on that link and it'll take them through to that particular record. So I've done that, and I'll save this down. So that's it. That's how easy it is to create a workflow rule. Now, to show how that works, if I go into that particular record again, if I go into the register and I want to enter data into that register, date of issue, I'll just use today's date, issue title, I'll just use issue 1 as an example. Uh, you can see the help text to guide your end user as well, and a flyover text as well. Severity, I'll choose high, and I'm not going to complete the other fields because they are not mandatory fields. And then I'm just going to go ahead and submit that record. Now, if I pull my email across, you'll notice that's the kind of email that it generates. It's got a link in there. I click on that link and it'll take me to the record again for me to go ahead and review that issue. So that's what I wanted to showcase in terms of building a register. Now, in the other scenario where you're short on resources, you're short on time to create these yourself, we also have another option for you, which is our marketplace offering as well, where if you subscribe to our marketplace offering, you'll be able to download packages which would include registers, related workflows, and dashboards as well with a click of a button. How that works is if I just take you through our marketplace offering. So I'm just gonna click on install from marketplace, and it'll give me the various packages that are available. We want the issues one. It's going to type in issue. There's the issues findings and issues management package available. Just going to click on that. It'll give me an explanation of what this package includes. I can also see what it contains, registers, a dashboard, and about 27 permissions as well. I can view what that register looks like, and I can also see what the dashboard would look like as well. And I can click on install and install that, saving you a lot of time. So, if you subscribe to our marketplace, you'll have all of these available with a click of a button, really. Look, that's what I wanted to showcase. Right, in the end, I would encourage you to please visit our Knowledge Hub on our website, where you'll be able to access a lot of blogs, on-demand webinars, ebooks, and information on our upcoming webinar as well. And look, once again, thank you so much for joining me for this webinar today. I hope this has been beneficial for you. In the end, please fill out the post-webinar survey to help us improve our content as well. Once again, thank you very much, and you have a good afternoon.